Hello friends, in Metallurgical Quality Control Series 2 Part 1, I welcome all of you on my channel Jagdish Chaube. Prior to this, I have already released 10 videos in MQC Series 1 which are very important for those persons who are working on metallurgical based industries, forging industries, foundries or even heat treatment shops. So request you to go through those if you have not seen those videos and go through the entire length. In this particular video, in this particular series, I am going to cover 9 topics, that is Germany hardenability test, cupping test, inclusion rating test, iodide impact test, Charpy impact test, then how to determine inclusion rating, then austenity grain size determination, then case depth determination in case of carbonized job and induction hardened jobs. So all these 9 topics I will be covering in this particular series. So please wait for all those series to come and gain whatever maximum knowledge you can gain. So now without wasting your time, I will come to the topic Germany end quench hardenability test. These are some of the metallurgical instruments which are being used in different tests, metallurgical based tests. I have just shown you. Now what it contains, the coverage is, first of all, types of Germany hardenability test. It is a single test. Then the second one is test equipment, then test methods and procedures, precautions, and the last one is problems and possible solution. So first of all, going for definition, simple definition, determination of hardenability of a steel. That is the only Germany hardenability test. And hardenability is what? Hardenability of a steel is ability to get hardened, that is depth of hardening. This I have explained in part 6 of heat treatment of steel. If you want to go through detail of about hardenability, please see that also. Lot of things are given in hardenability chapter. See what are the various test equipments which are being used in this particular test is, first of all, Germany muffle furnace. This muffle furnace is there. Then Germany apparatus is there. Then this is Rockwell hardness assessing system. And this is a fixture for this particular part, Germany test piece part. And the last one is actual Germany piece which I have shown it here. Okay, all these things will be used in this particular test. Let's go ahead. Test procedures. The first thing is test piece preparation. Second one is heating of test piece in the muffle furnace. Then quenching medium is generally water. Then quenching of test piece, you have to quench it in the Germany apparatus. Then preparation for hardness measurement, then you have to grind it, 2 flats are to be ground. So that preparation has to be done. Then hardness checking in HRC. Generally in HRC hardness is taken at different points. But people are also checking in VPN. Some of the drawings they mention about VPN also. But in general, the checking is in HRC. And the last one is the plotting of hardenability curve. That is the last option. So test method and procedure. See this, all this video contents is based on BIS Indian Standard 3848-1981. If someone is interested in going detail about this, he should refer this particular Indian standard because it refers only for hardenability test. So in short, I have just explained with figures. This is the Germany piece, the dimensions are given here. And this is one container where this Germany piece is kept inside. And in the bottom you see there are a lot of cast iron chips are there. This chips is required because to avoid decarb of the surface, test surface. And this is the quenching tank and apparatus where this particular material is, test piece is placed. Water is coming from this pipe going here and then it is thrown here and the end is quenched. This end is quenched basically. Let us see further. This is one of the pictorial view wherein I am showing this test piece. Then this is a disc here which when you start cooling, you have to remove this so that water goes from this pipe directly to this. Okay, and these are the pipes, the control pipes are there with control pressure. All the various dimensions which are here has been mentioned separately here. Okay, you can go through all these dimensions, but these are very essential and you have to maintain this during your testing. Then hardness measurement and graph plotting. In this case, you see this particular test piece is there and these identifications are marked here, indentation, and hardness is taken on these points, and you see the indent of HRC basically here on all these points. Now all these points are basically at a particular distance. In metric system we are putting it 1.5, 3 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 7 millimeter from the quench end. But in FPS system, which was earlier there, 1 by 16 inch, 3 by 16 inch, 5 by 16 inch. So it is all in inches, all in millimeter. So these points are marked and then hardness is taken on these points. And when you plot a curve between hardness and distance, like this 10 millimeter, 20 millimeter, so you get a curve of this nature. Okay, and this is called basically Jominy hardenability curve. Why it is called end quench? Because the cooling is at the end of the piece. Okay. This shows a different hardenability curve for different steels, like 2 cases of high hardenability steel and 2 cases of low hardenability steel. You see, for high hardenability, the curve is on the upper side, and for lower hardenability, it is on the lower side. So if you take any distance, like suppose I take 10 millimeter or even 10 millimeter, and you go ahead here, you get here a particular value 45, 48, but if you go above this it goes 50, 55 or even 58 also. So at the same distance, a high hardenability value shows higher hardness, whereas a low hardenability value still will show lower hardness. That is the one indication. So these things are shown here. These are various grades of steel which are being used. Just for your information, wherever any grade is mentioned and if it ends with H, you must assume that this particular steel is of hardenability grade. Okay. Then test piece preparation. What are the precautions to be taken in during test is, first of all, test piece, when you are making test piece made out of forging bar stock of size less than 40 or RCS can be directly machined to finished dimension. If the forging bar dimension is not forging bar dimension, but bar diameter of raw material out of which forging is to be made. So in this case, if it is less than 40 diameter, whether it is round or RCS, then you can directly machine that pieces to finished dimension. But in case of test piece made out of forging bar stock of size more than 40 dia or RCS, but less than 150, it should be first forged to 40 millimeter dia, normalized, and then machined to finished dimension. Is it clear? Okay, because if the size is more than 40 diameter, 40 millimeter and less than 150 millimeter, then first it has to be forged to 40 mm diameter, and then it has to be normalized and then machined to finished dimension. This is the test piece preparation requirement. This has to be maintained to get the real value. Then heating of the test piece is generally done in these muffle furnaces, which I have shown earlier. Soaking time, to what time it will be soaked will be 30 to 35 minutes, must be adhered at hardening temperature in the furnace. This hardening temperature varies for different type plain carbon steel, it will be different. It will be for alloy steel, it will be different. Generally 8620 is taken for this hardenability test, which is low alloy steel. So in that case it is 920 degrees centigrade. But in case of plain carbon like class 4 or something, it is taken as 880 or 880 around plus minus 10. So that is the hardening temperature has to be selected, and then it has to be kept in the furnace for 30 to 35 minutes at this particular temperature. The second precaution is the bottom end of the test piece must be covered with cast iron chips to avoid decarb on the surface. This I have earlier I explained also that you must put some cast iron chips to avoid decarb. Otherwise, the hardness value will come low. Then quenching, again, this is a very important thing. Transfer time from your transfer time of test piece from your heating furnace to quenching fixture should not be more than 5 seconds. It has to be immediately quenched. Water jet height, this has to be maintained 65 plus minus 10 millimeter must be ensured before quenching, and formation of fountain during quenching is an indication that you are doing very well and the testing is going well. There has to be a fountain formation. This I have shown in the figure also. You can go back to the figure and see it. Then preparation for hardness measurement. In this case, you are using grinding wheel for making two flats of 0.4 to 0.5 millimeter depth, 180 degree apart, along entire length with ample amount of cooling. This is one of the major thing, because if you don't use coolant during fine grinding, then it will produce some heating spot and that will become a soft spot afterwards. So to avoid soft spot, you have to confirm that the lot of coolant is used while grinding the flats. And the last check any soft spot due to insufficient cooling during grinding by immersing here. This I have just explained here, the soft spot, how to check it. You have to dip in 5% nitric acid in water solution until the entire piece becomes totally blackened uniformly. If it is not blackened uniformly and there are some soft spots, different color is there, like light gray color is there, then you see that it has been not quenched properly and it has got soft spot, and this to be rejected, and you should repeat the test again, so that to entire length the place is getting blackened. Then preparation for hardness measurement. In this also you have to take precaution. Ensure rigid and firm seating of the test piece on the V block or on fixtures for the measurement of the hardness on marked position test piece. Okay, this also has to be maintained. Ensure that the fixture is ready, like whether you are using V block or you are using a test fixture, it has to be rigid and firm so that there is no bending of the piece during testing. When you take hardness, it should be totally solid. Then the last one is plot a graph between hardness in HRC and on y-axis distance in millimeters in or inches in x-axis. So this you have to plot. This is the last thing. So there is not such a precaution. Only you have to plot it thoroughly, seriously, because if you miss anything, hardness or distance, then the result will be different. So we go next. What are the different problems and their possible solutions? Variation in hardness, this is the one of the things which is generally seen, because it's all the game of hardness measurement at a particular point. Okay, so check for the soft spot, use test fixture to avoid variation, ensure 5-second transfer time from furnace to quenching. These are the, again, problems. When you see this, the reasons what could be the solution, and these are to be maintained properly. Okay. Then the other problem may be, again, variance in hardness on both flats, because we have ground board, two side flats. So you have to ensure that there is no burring on the test piece, because if the burrs are present, then the hardness value will be different. So ensure that the burring is properly, deburring is proper on the edges of the both plates, so that you get a good hardness. Otherwise, there could be some variation because of this burrs also. So I think I have explained in detail about this Jominy hardenability test, and hope you would like this also as you have liked my earlier videos. I have been getting very good response. The Hindi version of this has given a very good response, and I expect the same type of response in my English version also. This I am generally making for those persons who do not understand Hindi, whether in written or in speaking. So that is the reason I have selected this English version. Now the next version will be coming, part 2 on cupping test, You must watch for this also. And my humble request to you is that please see all these videos for full length. Then only you get a proper benefit out of this. Tell to your friends, share it with your friends. Then if you are new to this channel, then please subscribe it also. It takes a lot of time and energy to make these videos. So the request is to subscribe it, like it, and give your comments. Wherever you feel that you need something, give your comments. I'll try to answer those in the coming videos. So without wasting your further time, I stop it here. So thank you very much to all. Wait for my part 2 on cupping test. Thanks.